Bulls go through their pregame routine. It's a West versus East contest here in the windy city of Chicago, Illinois, as the Bulls play 1-0. Now a chance to check out tonight's starting lineups. And as we take a look here at Derrick Rose, guys, what's your take?
Yeah, he's one of those guys that is special because he lives for the big moments, fearless, and he will take any big shot down the stretch. He wants the ball in his hands.
There's something else he's able to do that very few players can is change his shot as he's in the air without it affecting his accuracy. I mean, that's a unique skill, and it really helps him make buckets against tight defense.
The Pelicans coming to town, hoping to notch one here in this one-game road trip. Not one of the better records in the Western Conference right now. They're in 12th place.
Right now, Kevin, I tell you what, the sand in the hourglass is running short. They've got to make a move if they're ever going to make one. They need to do it now.
Yeah, this may be their last chance. I don't know what it takes, but we're going to find out quickly.
There is, guys, that away defense. Just watching him poke right by.
I think we might be seeing which team is ready to take control of this game.
Yeah, that's a dunk that could absolutely get them going. I agree, Clark.
And there's a foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Davis. Soft touch off the glass. Davis has got his first 2 points.
Well, Anthony Davis is such a difference maker defensively. I mean, it's almost like anything he contributes offensively is a bonus. But he's shown signs that his scoring could be special in its own right.
Those can't hit.
Well, those chances are almost always 2 points for him. I guess the defense did what it had to do to bother him.
And Holiday kicks to Gordon. Outside, Davis, 5 to shoot. Pulls it up. Leave it to Park. He dishes it to Butler. That's good. And going back to Anthony Davis offensive, his skinny frame holds him back from being a post scorer, but a good field goal percentage and free throw percentage, he's obviously got those things down.
Yeah, the second part of that is really encouraging because when you have a shooting touch that allows you to face up offensively and space the floor, now you combine that with all those skills Davis has on the low block, he's got a chance to be really special.
For New Orleans, their last game, a loss to the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah, their shooting percentage as a team in that game was in the low 30s. That tells you all you need to know, Clark.
Yeah, and it was brutal, absolutely brutal. To get your shooting percentage that low, you almost have to do it on purpose, but what you need is a unique combination of missed shots and poor shot selection. That'll get you there. The big story in New Orleans, guys, is the change of the name. From the Hornets, a name that came with the team when they relocated from Charlotte, to the brand new Pelicans. Now, Pelicans might not be the most intimidating name around the league, but it does have a nice and special connection to the city and state.
Now here is Holiday, averaging 6 points per contest. Passes it to Davis. And he's knocked off course by the foul call. He'll shoot free throws. Well, Clark, and I really didn't know who was talking about birds, but the Brown Pelican is indeed the state bird of Louisiana. Their numbers have rebounded dramatically after being hard hit by the Gulf spill, so a representation of the city's triumph, Steve, over great adversity.
Well, I'm happy with something that is connected to the city. I'm talking about the name the Pelicans, because remember, originally this team was known as the Jazz, and that made sense. Utah Jazz made no sense. New Orleans Hornets made no sense. New Orleans Pelicans make sense, guys.
Bulls shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
Guys, Derrick Rose is a native son of Chicago. He grew up in the dangerous Inglewood neighborhood, the youngest of 4 brothers, but from very early on, his talent for the game was apparent. Those older brothers of his, they shielded him and protected him like an ember of hope for the entire family. He certainly has allowed his light to shine brightly.
Deflects the pass, 6 to shoot. Here's Roberts, hits it from 3-point range.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
Rose in the post, defended by Roberts. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. New Orleans making some changes here. Jefferson comes in for Jimmy Butler, and Ellington is subbed in for Courtney Lee. And Clark, back to Rose, the city of Chicago, as you expected, has embraced him. It's interesting, Steve, to be a high pick, but drafted by your hometown team. It's pretty interesting.
I love at the United Center when they introduce him, they just say, from Chicago. Derrick Rose. But, with all the attention he gets, he's a very private and reserved person. Has a lot of respect amongst his teammates because he just handles himself with such class.
Now, here's Aminu. Up top, Rivers. Pass to Aminu. And it's good. Last game for the Bulls, they picked up the W against the Brooklyn Nets. Lucas kicks to Jefferson. Back to Lucas. Lucas off a pick from Dan. Lucas the pass to Dan. Gibson inside. Dang dishes to Gibson. Nice D from Withy. The Pelicans have gotten only one of their first 6 shots to fall today. Now the feed to Aminu. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. The Pelicans have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. That one is off. Darius Miller, he's checked in for New Orleans. Morrow comes in for Brian Roberts. And it's tied up with that one. Now here's Dang. 9 points last game. Ellington, defended by Morrow, takes a 3. Here's Gibson. Back to Lucas. Gibson with the screen on Rivers. Lucas kicks to Gibson, and he makes good on the way. 6 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Rivers. No good on the buzzer beater. And so, both teams trading buckets as we end the first quarter. It's Chicago. Tune in. And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Chicago.
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
Yeah, and the fact that they're playing well, close to the hoop, finding points in the paint, they've got it all going tonight.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So the Bulls 5 right now. Inside, Gibson and Miller. Ray Ellington is out there with John Lucas. And it's Jefferson in at the small forward position.
Guys, you look at Austin River, and he has the speed and elusiveness that you want from a player with his style and size. He doesn't have any problem getting by somebody to get into the lane. But for him to be a positive contributor, he's got to learn to finish with more consistency. And that's just a matter of work and time.
The Pelicans trail. The Celtics will be coming into town for the next game. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home.
I think a lot of people will be paying close attention to that Boston game, guys.
Here's Lucas. He claims the quick shot. Lucas has got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Bulls. And for Rivers, a great ball here. But he's a little undersized and doesn't have that elite athleticism, I guess.
I think that made it tougher for him to adjust to the size of players at the NBA level. He's got a scorer's mindset, but he needs to work on how he's going to beat the second defender. Maybe it's a pull-up jump shot, a floater, drawing a foul.
Withy is out there now for the Pelicans. Brandon Wright's checked in for Withy. Anthony Davis comes in for Rick Aminu. And Tyreek Evans subbed in for Darius Miller.
Well, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And I would continue to do it. Force the defense to maybe send a double team. Now you've got other options to work with offensively.
Outside Holiday, and yes, sir, that one drops. Holiday's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Lee outside. There's the triple. Yes, and it's Williams with the assist that time.
How about that? They respond to a three-pointer with a quick 3 of their own.
Yeah, terrific. Great back-and-forth sequence right there.
And Holiday, here we go. Outside Gordon. Feeds to Evans. Kicks it to Davis. Working on Gibson. And Gibson sends it back. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. While there's a break, let's take a look at this past month's assist leaders among small forwards in the NBA. Derrick Evans is second.
He sees the whole court extremely well, and from the wing, it's that vision that enables him to penetrate and find the open man, even in a very crowded area.
The drive, draw, and dish, I call that the 3D element, is his bread and butter. I mean, a lot of young small forwards out there can learn a thing or two from watching this guy do his work.
Luol Deng is checked in for the Bulls. And Rose drops them both. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Outside Holiday. He passes to Gordon. 6 on the shot clock. Lee with the steal. Rose goes in. Down. Here's Butler over Gordon. The kick out to Rose. Rose double team. Dishes to Lee. Back to Rose. Tries again. He feeds it to Noah. That's good. Noah's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Just putting on a passing display out there.
Well, just to add another fantastic assist to the highlight reel for this guy. You know, guys, when Noah came out of Florida, most people viewed him as just an energy guy or a role player, but I tell you what, I always saw him as a highly skilled player. He could pass it, he could put it on the floor, he was smart defensively. He's shown that he can anchor a defense, and he contributes double-doubles on a nightly basis.
They retain possession. That first time out of the game called for New Orleans.
He just is not happy with how his team is executing. And they've been on the wrong side of this run. It's time for a momentum shift.
You know, sometimes just getting off the court, taking a break, and coming back out fresh will give you a chance to pull together.
You know, for Noah Clark, as you were talking about, not just an energy guy, but Stevie's a good ball handler. And he's a really good passer, for one thing. You know, atop the circle, he's got a great view of the floor, and he really can find the guy.
Yeah, well, it's so important these days to be able to make plays off of screen rolls for a big guy to be able to catch at the foul line, off that drop pass, and then either score or find another shooter on the perimeter. Noah as good as anybody at that.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they built this lead for themselves here.
That's driving for Chicago. They won that game against the Nets in Brooklyn. The drive by Gordon. Here's Davis. They can't stop the run with that one.
And you can feel the momentum swing. They needed that shot badly.
Steve, I sense some frustration here. It seems like they're getting a little frustrated. It's understandable because they've given up this big run.
Rose, no good.
Some rugged defense there against one of the stronger finishers in the game.
Evans passes to Holiday. Gives him the lead pass. Here's White. And it's blocked by Deng. And he gets it back. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will return possession. Here's Gordon. And so that brings the first half to a close.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Thanks for joining us this evening. We're all ready for the halftime. For Philadelphia.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
A gorgeous view of the Chicago skyline as we welcome you back.
Excellent game we've seen from Derrick Rose. 13 points, and he's knocked down 5 shots at the charity stripe. Good numbers for him.
Yeah, good numbers, and that's been important for his team. They needed some points. He's provided some easy ones at the foul line, but he's making an impact here.
Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 from Monty Williams. Gordon moves the 2 with Evans playing small forward. Brandon Wright is out there with Anthony Davis. And it's Holiday in at the point. Here's Rose following the basket by Anthony Davis. Lee. Rebound, Evans. Evans left side. Can't hit. Some solid defense from Butler.
Well, one of his issues is he's a player that just does not excel at fighting through contact on his way to the rim. Tell you what, it's hard to argue with the record for Coach Tom Thibodeau of the Bulls, but the rumor mill has it that the front office hasn't been happy with how hard he's Ridden his top players. Luau Deng missed time last season with the hamstring injury. Joakim Noah came down with plantar fasciitis. Hey, those things happen, and I'm not quite sure you can put that at the feet of Tom Thibodeau.
And the shot is good. And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. And going back to Tom Thibodeau and that minutes load on his stars, it seems it's getting harder for players to weather big minutes these days.
I think it's going to be really interesting going forward to see this Bulls team this year and beyond. Go back to where they're down. Those guys played too many minutes. They've had a lot of injuries. I think it's time to scale back a little bit on the minutes played.
People have talked about the defensive renaissance in Chicago as a big part of their turnaround, and that's accurate. Thibs has done wonders for this team defensively, but another aspect is that they've had one of the deepest benches in the league the past few years, too.
First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. And it's Chicago with the rebound. And they're off to Philadelphia after this game as they'll take on the 76ers. It's game one of a three-game road trip.
I'll be anxious to see what ends up happening with that 76ers game. Should be a good one.
Going back to what you said, Clark, about Chicago, it is a credit to them that they've been able to constantly add or get talent that is ready to step in for them. And Steve contributed off the bench.
Yeah, no doubt about that. You think about Taj Gibson, a late first-round pick. Jimmy Butler last year really emerged as one of the best young players in the league. Great story. So terrific job by the Bulls front office in figuring out which player to take later in the first round.
Now here's Rose. He's got 15. He's checked in for New Orleans. Rose with the ball, averaging 29 points per contest. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a 3-point play.
And they're beginning to fall apart a little bit defensively, especially inside.
Well, that's 4 straight buckets now at the rim.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Evans is checked in. Now here's Gordon. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Holiday pushes to right, and the call will be against Joakim Noah. That is his first foul of the game.
They tried to step in and cut him off, but just not quick enough.
And we have the benefit of replay, but I think they got that one right, which is the case most times, even though fans don't think so.
Anthony Morrow's checked in for Eric Gordon. Morrow kept alive. There's the dish to Holiday. He takes it to right. Morrow. Outside Holiday. Pass to right. Goes back up. And the basket good. Wright's got 7 points in the game. The Bulls leading by 10. Shoots from 14. And it's blocked by Wright. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession.
And we get a chance to see the numbers for Jrue Holiday. 13th in assists. And defensively, he's been really good. He ranks in the top 20 in the league in steals.
And how about this terrific passing display he's put on, Steve? I mean, as this place on the assist chart shows, if you get to the right spot, he'll find you. That's what he takes pride in.
And that one's good by Butler.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him. You know, with Derrick Rose out, a lot of people thought the Bulls would flounder last season, guys, but they were still one of the tougher teams in all of the East, in part because the culture of toughness and next man up has been instilled in that group from its coaching staff, starting with Tom Thibodeau. I don't think this takes away anything from how great Rose is, but I think it certainly speaks to how bought in and committed to the team that every man on that roster is.
Anthony Davis, he's checked in for the Pelicans. Rivers kicks to Aminu. The pass to Rivers. Aminu dishes to Gordon. 5 on the clock. Leaps for it. Gibson with the steal. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Well, back to the Chicago Bulls team, you got to give a lot of credit to the culture of defense and effort that Coach Tom Thibodeau has created here, Steve.
Well, they weathered Rose's absence remarkably well. Advancing in the playoffs, giving Miami all it could handle. And you wonder, with a healthy Rose now and all these other players having developed, is Chicago a championship caliber team? I think they are. I agree.
Now here's Rivers. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Now here's Aminu. Pocket 6. Knocks it down from 7 feet.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
I agree. They need more energy in the post, maybe some double teaming. Got to get their defense in gear.
Gibson setting the pick for Rose. And it's Gibson finishing it off. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now. There are teams right hard to get back to this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark?
Well, you know what the questions are about now? It's their defense, that's for sure.
Here's Gordon. After Chicago picking out the basket just moments ago. And he covers it. That doesn't go either for Gordon.
From the start, it seemed like they were out of sync. They waited too long to get into their action.
Yep, that's exactly right, and that led to
The playoff pool.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Bulls.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
the other thing they're doing, guys, is forcing turnovers and creating points offensively as a result.
Inside, Gibson and Noah. Derrick Rose is out there with Lee, and it's Butler at the 3 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
And the foul on Derrick Rose. That's his first foul. The Bulls making a switch here. Deng's checked in. Anderson passes to Holiday. And the foul on Derrick Rose. That'll be his second foul of the game. Anderson outside. He dishes it to Holiday. Passes to Wright. Just 5 to shoot. Holiday attacking. Deflected by Noah. Inside. Here's Butler. Just floating to the rim on that slam.
Boy, when he gets up and stays up.
Boy, smooth and graceful. How about the hang time? That's impressive.
No problem knocking that one down.
He had a whole lot of space to get that shot off.
Yeah, I don't think the defender did a good job there of getting over the top of the screen.
Holiday against Rose. Lee outside. Butler on the wing. Back to Lee. Some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Rose gets to Lee. Up 3. They get the rebound. Dan. And Livingston. Nice job on the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Their prowess inside has been tremendous, guys. I mean, it's been no contest down on the low block.
And until they prove they can stop them, they ought to continue to pound it in low.
New Orleans making some changes here. Anthony Davis, he's checked in for Anderson. And Tyreek Evans is subbed in for Darius Miller. Ball's not loose. Wright dishes to Holiday. Here's the floater. And it's good on the way in.
Guys, that time he went for the fancy finish for us there, man. That was sweet.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. Tom Thibodeau had some words for his team in that last huddle. He wants to make sure they stay assertive and aggressive on the offensive end, saying, I don't want to sit on this lead. Let's build on it and not give them a chance of coming back.
And Kowalski is fouled as he's going to the line for one more. So it'll be Derrick Rose shooting. That one is on Holiday. And the Pelicans making a change here. Roberts checked in. Pass to Evans. Evans left side. Here's the feed to Davis. The basket good off the assist from Evans. That's now 8 points for Anthony Davis. Here's Rose. Oh, went in there and tried to power it down, but drew contact. He'll head to the line. That one's on Evans.
Well, he allowed him to get all the way to the rim, so actually a pretty good play to foul him and make him shoot free throws.
And then no choice really but to foul and stop the dunk. Don't let that happen.
Look at the free throw percentage. Unblemished since halftime, Clark. That's pretty nice.
I'd go farther than that, Steve. How about perfect?
Gordon goes in. Roberts. It's tipped. Here's Davis. Here's White. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
You know, that putback's about as easy as it's going to get. You're going to have to put a body on someone. Well, no bounce out. That's the result you get right there.
It's astonishing to see a player caught in his position who can get to the rim like that.
Yeah, he goes very vertical when you get him.
And once he's up there, you know he's going to throw it down hard.
No good from Lee.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
Evans with it. He's picked up by Lee. Oh, here comes Rose. All alone. The big dunk at the end of the break.
Tack on a few more points to the lead. Why not? I suppose this is an emphatic showing for this club.
And Steve, they did it in style. Beat down the entire way.
And Roberts kicks to Gordon. Feeds it to Roberts. Some solid defense from Rose.
That's a pretty good look at the basket, but defensively they did a nice job rotating, forcing the miss.
Now Lee inside. Cross the bucket.
Brought back the finger roll. That's a nice finesse move to pull off with the defense all over it.
Here's Roberts. Kicks it to Evans. He passes it to Wright. Working on Noah. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
It's been a good night for Wright. 9 points and a block. The motor on this guy is amazing. Completely revved up. He's been everywhere today.
He sure has, Clark. Both ends of the floor. His offense has been great, but defensively he's brought huge energy too.
A platoon swap here for New Orleans. The shot's good from Ellington.
Well, if it wasn't already out of reach, it is now thanks to this spurt.
Just keep on firing, man. No reason to slow down now.
Roberts passes to Wright. Roberts. 24 seconds left in the game. Shot clock at 6. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. And here's Hall onside. Great defense that time from Ellington. Now Lucas. Back to Johnson. The basket drops and he gets fouled in the shot. One free throw comes his way.
They're going to walk out of here with a win and send this crowd home happy.
A very solid performance in a lot of areas for them.
Here's Moore. No good. And so Chicago takes this one.
should have taken back this moment. These words I spoke, I know it. Now I can see clearly. I folded, I shouldered too much weight. I hold in too much pain, and it destroyed me, and then rebuilt me, and now it can feel me. It follows me everywhere I go, but it can never break me. Now I know I was lying to myself back then, but the truth was always bleeding out my pen. I fade back to myself in the end. I'm just one step away. I ascend, I climb that faded staircase of sin. I'm reaching in vain just to hold on to them. Once again, the memories seem to blend. My enemies and friends seem to vanish in the wind.